This is not an attempt at solicitation of clients. This presentation was designed to provide new clients with an educated approach to understanding the mechanics of applying, being approved, and entered into a funding program. This is by invitation only, and the principal owner of an asset which qualifies for this may use this information to prepare to put their best foot forward when making an application to this program. The information you'll be requested to provide will be kept confidential and used only for the purpose of evaluating your application for acceptance and completeness, and furtherance of your application if approved. To understand and stay in compliance with all the applicable banking and regulatory authorities, the proposed client investor must always submit the designated KYC or Know Your Customer package. This package is available only upon request from you as the principal owner of the assets or the prospective client. It is not sent through any intermediaries, only to the legal owner of the assets. This keeps the flow of the process outside of what's considered illegal solicitation. It also protects your documents from spreading around the internet. You cannot make modifications of procedures and rules beyond what is directed. Each private transaction is fully registered, and the regulations are very, very specific about how we are to proceed with a new client such as yourself. 2 sets of documents which you will need prior to submitting yourself for entry. The KYC documents, which have blank spaces for you to fill in where indicated. Please go through each page and replace the blank places with your information for each item. This is the set of documents that will be researched through the compliance department to be certain that you and your assets are authentic, verifiable, acceptable, and that the banker will cooperate. This must be signed in blue ink. For proof of funds documentation, if you have cash, you provide a bank tear sheet showing the balance, the account number, and the account holder name signed by 2 authorized bank officers and no older than 5 banking days. If you have gold or GLD in a bank vault, the safekeeping receipt from the bank, including the GLD 5 pages of the SKR, is required to accompany the KYC. A copy of your banker's business card showing their bank email address and the switchboard number and direct number for the bank. A call will be made through the switchboard when compliance starts their verification. We will need to set a window time with your bank officer to speak to our bank officer. For bank guarantees, standby letters of credit, and medium-term notes, the bank officer must provide a ready, willing, and able letter to issue the debenture. An example of this language will be provided upon request of the principal client. For medium-term notes, ask us for the procedure. It's pretty simple. If you have cash, once again, it must be presented in the form of a bank statement, not a bank draft or demand draft. It has to be dated no older than 5 banking days from the date of your submission, and it must be signed by 2 authorized bank officers. Now, once you've completed each page, it's signed and notarized or witnessed where indicated and are ready to present it with your proof of funds. Your package is submitted via encrypted email to duediligence@bankusassociation.com. A phone conversation at this point with you and the intake officer is required before your application will be presented to the compliance officer. So please be sure that your complete contact information is included in the client information sheet portion of the KYC documents. Compliance may take from 48 to 96 hours from date of submission. Providing all goes well, you may be accepted to be entering a program. If so, a contract will be issued directly to you from the private transaction principals of the authorized private program organization. Now, this can take up to 7 banking days to create or more to complete. The contract is then sent directly to you as the investor legal owner of the assets. There won't be any copies sent to anyone other than you. At this point, you are principal to principal. The asset management agreement is prepared, customized to your own application. This means your submission has been accepted conditionally. Now note, with the asset management agreement, an attachment with specific instructions to your banker will be provided. You will provide this to your bank officer for action. And once your bank officer has done his job, your application is now complete. Just to remind you, here are the step-by-step procedures.